All right, what's up, boxing fans? It's Aztec 101. So, this is my prediction video for David Benavidez versus Oleksander Gvozdyk. This fight is on Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin undercard this Saturday. And I got to be honest with you guys, I am more excited about this fight than I am about the main event. Honestly, I believe there's going to be an upset in this fight. And I think that's why I find it more exciting. I see an upset in this fight. Oleksander Gvozdyk, he's got 20 wins, 1 loss. 16 of those wins are by KO, and then his 1 loss is by KO. David Benavidez, he's undefeated, 28 wins. 24 of those wins are by KO, right? And most people, even the odds makers, are favoring David Benavidez to win. But I see an upset in this fight, and I'll explain why. David Benavidez, this is going to be his first fight at light heavyweight. His last 2 fights are the best wins in his entire career. His entire time, his entire 10 years at super middleweight. His last 2 fights have been his best fights. So he's got momentum. And I understand why people are favoring Benavidez to win. His last 2 fights were Demetrius Andrade. He was able to get a corner stoppage in that fight. The fight right before that was Caleb Plant. He got a unanimous decision. And he's fighting Oleksander Gvozdyk. And I know on paper it looks like, Gvozdyk he's on his way out, right? He lost to Beterbiev. That's where he got his loss, his one and only loss. And then he retired for 4 years, and now he's back. He's had 3 fights since coming back, and I think a lot of people are underestimating Gvozdyk. But here's the thing. Since he's come back, the 3 people he fought, he knocked them out. Sure, he lost to Beterbiev, but he gave Beterbiev an amazing fight. He was actually winning that fight before getting stopped. David Benavidez is not going to have the physical advantages that he usually has against fighters. Go through David Benavidez's resume, and you're going to find a ton of junior middleweights and middleweights that have moved up to super middleweight to fight him. Take that information however you want to take it, okay? If you want to consider it for this fight, fine. But I am considering it. I'm looking at David Benavidez looks like a monster against little guys. But let's see how he looks if he's still a monster against someone who's bigger than him, slightly bigger than him, someone who has reach that matches his, that's a great boxer, a big puncher, and has experience. I get what people are thinking. Well, David Benavidez already sparred Gvozdyk, and Gvozdyk has admitted that David Benavidez beat him up, so therefore, of course, Benavidez is going to win this fight. And I disagree. I don't think that's really, because he had good work in sparring, that does not always translate to what's going to happen in the ring. But we're going to find out. Look, I got to tell you guys, if you're a David Benavidez fan and you get, you feel a little sensitive because I'm picking Gvozdyk to win, consider it this way. If Benavidez wins, I'm going to give him 100% credit for this fight. This is going to be his first fight. I think it's a good fight for his introduction to 175. If he can't get past Gvozdyk, I don't want to hear about him fighting Pitbull or Beterbiev, let alone Beterbiev, right? But if he can get past Gvozdyk, then we have something to talk about. Then we can start cooking at 175. You guys let me know. Tell me what you think. Do you have David Benavidez winning this fight? Do you think Gvozdyk has a chance at winning? How do you see this fight ending? In my opinion, I don't have an ending for the fight. Gvozdyk could win by decision or by KO. He's got the power to do it. We've seen Benavidez get dropped by a jab. All right, by a guy that's not big at 168. Oleksander Gvozdyk has thump in his jabs. So we're going to find out real quick where David belongs. You guys let me know. Leave a comment. Tell me who you think's going to win this fight. This is Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm out.